Das hat's noch nie gegeben.
What the
Fun.
Hallo Internet, die ProSieben Fun Actionsport-Webshow, Folge Nummer 32. Und heute wird's wieder international, deshalb müssen der Nico und ich viel Englisch sprechen. Welcome world, this is our web show and we are glad you found our way to our stream. We don't mind if you did it through Facebook or through Twitter or Twitch or nazarewaves.com. Big shout out. We're glad you're here and we are going to talk about surfing. This is Fabi and this is Nico. I'm glad you're with me. Nico, who are our guests today talking about surfing?
Yes, I'm excited. I like surf shows. We have Mr. Nic von Rupp and Freddie Meadows.
Yeah, and we're going to introduce those two guys to you guys out there. Before we're going to chat to them here via this screen via Skype. But before, as I told you, introduction, Nic von Rupp and Freddie Meadows.
Nikolaus oder kurz Nic von Rupp hat eine außergewöhnliche Lebensgeschichte.
Meine Eltern haben sich in Amerika kennengelernt. Meine Mutter ist Schweizer Portugiesin und mein Vater ist Deutscher. Die wollten wieder nach Europa zurückziehen und da meine Mutter Familien in Portugal hatten, haben sie gedacht, ja, lass uns nach Portugal ziehen. Und hier sind wir.
Hier, das ist Sintra, nicht weit weg von Lissabon, direkt an der Atlantikküste. Der 30-Jährige hat 4 verschiedene Pässe. Den deutschen, den portugiesischen, den aus der Schweiz und den aus den USA. Auf Competitions trat er früher für Deutschland an. Heute surft er unter portugiesischer Flagge. Im Alter von 25 Jahren hatte sich von Rupp noch nicht entschieden, ob er eher ein Free- oder ein Competitive Surfer sein will. Er hat meist das gemacht, worauf er Lust hatte. Filme drehen, die perfekte Welle suchen und nicht unbedingt von Wettbewerb zu Wettbewerb hetzen. Große sportliche Ziele? Fehlanzeige. Doch das hat sich geändert. Von Rupp stellt sich ein Team aus Psychologen, Physiotherapeuten und Technikcoaches zusammen. Der 30-jährige Deutsch-Portugiese hat es zwar noch nicht geschafft, sich über die Qualifikation für die Championship Tour in der World Surf League zu qualifizieren, aber der Big Wave-Spezialist surft in seiner Disziplin mit den Besten der Welt. 2019 hat er sich erstmals für die Big Wave World Tour qualifiziert. Ein riesiger Erfolg. Aber er will noch viel mehr. Das Ziel: Big Wave World Tour Champion. Auf diesem Weg begleitet ihn nicht nur sein Team, sondern auch Familie, Freundinnen und Freunde.
This is my man, Freddie Meadows.
Zu diesen Freunden zählt auch Freddie Meadows. Der Schwede zieht mit 16 nach Portugal, um Surfprofi zu werden. Dort lernen sich von Rupp und Meadows kennen. Dann aber entdeckt Meadows, dass ihn das Jet-Set Life nicht erfüllt. Er will viel lieber Surfspots in seiner Heimat Schweden entdecken. Das ist sein neuer Traum. Contests sind ihm nicht mehr so wichtig. Seine Liebe zum Surfen bleibt aber. Er drückt es nur anders aus. Zum Beispiel in Filmprojekten. Die Umwelt wird ihm wichtiger und er will den Schweden zeigen, dass man auch in ihrer Heimat surfen kann. Ziemlich untypisch für einen Surfer zieht es Meadows nämlich vor, den Neoprenanzug überzuziehen und in kälteren Gewässern zu surfen. Diese Leidenschaft bringt er in seinem Film Live to See, a Swedish Surf Saga zum Ausdruck. Außerdem setzt sich der Greenpeace-Botschafter für die Umwelt ein. Seine Interessen haben sich also verschoben, vom ambitionierten Pro-Surfer hin zum Umweltaktivisten und Free-Surfer. Eine Sache, die die Freunde Meadows und von Rupp vereint. Denn auch aus von Rupp ist das Free-Surfen nicht gänzlich rauszubekommen.
A star is not born, a star is made.
Yeah, here we are already chatting. This is Nico, this is Nic, and down here we have Freddie. Good to see you guys. How's life?
Very good. Very, very good.
Why is it so dark at Freddie's place? Where are you?
Okay, I'm on a boat. in the middle of some random bay. So I'm saving electricity. I've got candles going. I hope it's okay.
Very romantic, Freddie. Thanks.
Well, it's a romantic moment for the boys here.
Nick, tell us. I think you guys are good friends. We're gonna talk about this later. But Nick, is that Freddie's lifestyle, living on a boat, or what?
I mean, Freddie's gone pretty incognito in the last couple of years. He's been dedicating his life on looking for the best and heaviest waves around Sweden around the Baltic Sea, and either he's hanging out with his master or he's hiding away in some bay looking for the next Swedish secret spot, and he's done really well over the years, finding amazing waves, and he makes me very proud.
Sweet. Yeah, we're gonna talk about this as well. And Nick, where are you? Is this home?
I'm in Portugal right now. Yes, I'm at home. I'm just getting ready for the next swell. We had a huge swell a couple of weeks ago, just finished training just in time to have a nice chat with you guys.
Nico and Nick, how far are you guys away from each other now?
We're neighbors.
More or less, right?
Do you know what's funny? I have a fun fact. So I checked the map, and now the Corona times are unfortunately back. And Nick is pretty reddish where he lives on the map. He's in the danger zone, where I am super white. And my Corona danger zone is only a little. We're actually 3 hours away from each other, and you live close to Lisbon, kind of.
Yeah.
I don't. So I live in the countryside.
Are you in Portugal as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I followed him. I've been. Yeah.
Look at this tan man.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, come on.
I was we like before the show started, I was asking who was surfing today, and then Nick said yes, I was. Freddie said I wasn't, and I was waiting for you guys to ask me if I was. No one cared.
No, we care a lot.
We know you were, Nico.
Do you surf, Nico? Sorry.
No, I'm joking.
Just joking, just a bitter joke, had to bring it in there. But I know you surf. I've seen you surf, and I know you live in Portugal now, so you must have surfed where? Fana?
Amorera.
Amorera. Must have been amazing today. The waves and conditions have been great in Portugal, huh?
Usually it's okay. Well, we're drifting away. Fabi, go back to the
No worries, all is good. We thought it might be a good idea to start with a quote today, to get serious, kind of. And we found a quote of Freddie. Freddie said, surfing is one of those incredible acts in life that just gets better the deeper you go. Do you remember saying this? And please explain yourself.
Absolutely no memory whatsoever.
Really? But I swear we didn't make it up.
I think
Are
you
you
must
sure
have
you didn't
heard
make
from.
it up?
No, we didn't.
I'm pretty sure you heard that from my dad and just repeated
Yeah,
the words.
exactly.
Right?
If it wasn't, I usually dive into my quote archive that is basically created by Nick's father. So yeah, could be from there.
I want to find out, why do you guys know each other so well? The German guy living in Portugal, or the half German guy living in Portugal, and the Swedish guy searching for Swedish waves. How did that? Tell us the story.
Go for
Do you want to start? So we met in the Algarve when I was about 9 years old. Freddie's dad dropped in on me, and I got extremely angry. At the time, my English was very, very short, but I expressed myself well with hands and fingers,
You screamed to him in German, and he just thought you were being super friendly.
Exactly. And me and Freddie, we had a great connection. We've traveled across Europe doing all sorts of competition. We've been, Freddie's a very likable guy. He lived in Portugal for a while. We did the tour together for several years and developed a very deep bond, and we've been best friends for, over, almost 20 years now, right? It's amazing. We've had some great moments. We've been to Norway together. surfing some waves, some unexplored waves. We've been to Costa Rica together. We've been to the Canaries, Portugal. We've done all sorts of really cool trips, and it's memories that last forever, you know. And Freddie's an amazing dude, an amazing surfer, and he's I don't know if you guys seen his last movie, but it's one of the best surf movies I've ever seen. Just telling about Live to See, it's called. Is that right, Freddie?
That's right.
And it's one of the
I'm blushing. I'm so blushing right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. You've done amazing.
Hey.
I mean, to have the resilience that Freddie has to go out the beaten path looking for extreme waves with no one around in the deep cold, you know, it takes a lot, and it's I really enjoy what he does, and he's getting the international recognition, and it's amazing to see, you know.
Live to See is one of the big topics today. We're gonna have a snippet later for our viewers to see, so that they can blush too. Nico, did you want to say something?
Yeah, it's off the script, but quick answer. What's the one thing, Freddie, what's the one thing people would not expect from Nic von Rupp?
Oof. What's the one thing? Oh, you put me on the spot there.
Okay, maybe we can start with Nick. What's the thing people wouldn't expect from Freddie?
That's a hard question. What would you not expect from Freddie? He's a really clean guy, but his feet stink, man.
So honest.
Thank you.
I have one now as well. So Nick has a dog, and he's got this huge house, right? But his dog is only allowed to lie down on a cushion that's literally 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters.
You know what?
And you can see he's never an angry guy, Nick. But if that dog doesn't lie down on that cushion.
Let me answer to your question right now. My dog's been upgraded.
No.
Oh, giant.
Oh, it's 50 centimeters now.
Wow. Nico. Maya. Lucky Maya.
Times have changed.
Locked down. She couldn't be locked down to that little cushion anymore.
Okay,
that's pretty funny, Freddie. That's pretty funny. It's an inside joke, but people, you know, it's a funny.
Yeah, those are the stories we want to hear. This is perfect. We want to get to know you even more, even personally, and also this goes for our viewers. That's why we made up some questions like this kind you already did now on your own. We have some questions prepared, and yeah, it's called more or less Would You Rather. Okay, you just have to answer to our questions. Nico would start with the first one, going to Freddie, I guess.
Yeah, questions are open. That's an easy one for Freddie. A good book or Netflix?
For me?
Yeah.
Oof.
Don't lie, Freddie.
Don't lie.
Okay.
Netflix it is.
Okay, quick answer. What are you watching right now?
A good book for sure. Good book for sure.
Come on, dude. You don't even know how to read, Freddie. Come on.
Bro, I've been in school longer than you have, okay? And I'm still learning.
Yeah, right. Maybe on the boat because you don't have any electricity for TV, but I mean...
Do you know how many times I've read the manual of how to run this boat? The instruction manual. Like, I've become so good at reading.
Okay. Nick, now that you're asking so much for honesty, this question goes to you. A day with your friends surfing or a hot date?
A hot date?
We don't know the answer to this one.
Dude, hot date, of course. I mean, there's only one hot date for me, which is with my girlfriend, you know, so...
well put.
A hot date. No, a good day with the friends, you know, that's pretty unique. And then a hot date. What about a hot date with my friends, you know?
Best day ever.
All right, Freddie.
Yes.
Surfing Sweden or Costa Rica? What do you rather? Really?
You know, like of course, nothing will ever beat waking up every day in Costa Rica and just going down to the beach and surfing. You know, it's amazing. I mean, that's what surfing is. At the same time, those few days a year here at home, it's that's when you see something's really special. You know, it's when you feel something like extra. So, yeah, that's a very easy question.
Goosebumps.
Next one,
If you want more, add more. That comes from me.
Yeah, really? Okay, I'm ready. Fabi, but you're next.
Nick, would you rather be a unknown superhero or a famous bad boy?
Famous bad boy for sure.
Yeah. That is easy.
That goes without saying. Okay, Nico, your turn.
Bad boy von Froth, I call him. It could be a logo, actually.
It's his next T-shirt.
Yeah. Well, this is a new one. Would you rather be able to freeze time or travel in time? Whoa.
Whoa, good one.
Wow. What do you do if you freeze time? People are. What do you live in the moment, or
I guess you choose that perfect moment, and then you. Is it like freezing time? Freezing time when you freeze one moment, or you freeze like an experience where you can live in the experience for as long as you like?
Up to you.
Was this question to me or was it to Nico?
Yeah, it's yours.
Oh, it's mine. Oh, wow. I was like looking at Nico, like, what are you going to say? What are you going to say? Yeah, travel in time.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Where to?
Oof. Many places. It's a completely different conversation.
Okay, next one. Fabi.
Nick, easy one. Summer or winter?
A little bit of both.
Now, come on, you gotta say winter, man. In your new life.
A little bit of summer vibes, you know, cruising around, having a couple beers with the boys, hanging out on the beach, and then, you know, like 1 week that, and then 1 week of winter, like big waves, stressing around, life and death,
Yes.
and then another week of like, yeah, boys, what's up? All good. Having a couple
That's
beers.
basically Portugal.
Yeah, no, other
I was just
people.
going to say, that's Portugal.
No,
That's Portugal.
other people who live in Portugal have busy summers, and then winter is all mellow and relaxed because there's nobody here, and just you are like
Yeah, sure.
and we're just watching you. Okay, next one. Oh, this is another good one, but I'm not sure about Freddie's love life. So, but still, would you rather live without surfing or without the love of your life? Ooh.
That one's for me.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Suicide.
Well, I mean, what am I doing right now? I'm living on the boat without the love of my life, but I'm going for surfing.
Are you single, Freddie?
I am single, yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Do not be afraid, Nico.
Okay, let's continue, Fabi.
Yeah, I'm here. Last one is every day. So this goes for you, Nick. Everyday pizza or everyday pasta?
I don't eat gluten, so no pizza and no pasta for me.
Damn it.
But
Dude, the best pizza joint in the whole world is like 20.
No, that's true. That's true. They do gluten-free pizzas just around my house, so gluten-free pizza for sure. I love pizza.
That's right.
I don't necessarily associate gluten-free pizza with pizza though.
That's why I was laughing so much because I was like, just that place is the biggest dream ever.
True. It's
No, yeah, I don't even know what is it called.
Pizza de Gigi.
Pizza de Gigi. Is that what it's called?
Gigi. Yeah.
Wow.
Little bit of
I was
advertising.
laughing because we stuffed our
This
faces
web
so
show
much.
it is presented by Pizza di Gigi in Cascais. But before I talk more about restaurants,
Yeah,
Next.
we have some
What's
more.
that?
We have some more random topics before we dig into the serious surfing life of you guys. But before, we have one category that is called Instagram behind the picture. So we were searching for some of your pictures, and we need to know the story or the context behind those things. Nico, you can start.
Yeah, we were stalking, boys. Let's be honest. So let's who do we stalk first? I'm the guy who talks to friends.
You know what this is called, man? This is called German efficiency right here. You know, it's just this is not only a little interview. This is real shit. I was looking at the videos you guys were posting before, and I was like, holy shit, where did that video come from? I haven't seen that wave in years, man. You guys must have been digging deep, man. I'm scared to see what's coming out there.
They went way back.
It wasn't that scary. We've had, like 60 other guests here, and we found some ridiculous stuff. A lot of nakedness, actually. You guys, it was okay.
What a damage.
Nothing to be scared of. I think the X one's really cute.
Yeah, it's more
really
emotional,
cute.
I guess.
Show us. Show us the first one.
Yeah. First one goes to
from,
Freddie.
Freddie, March 2019, and you're gonna see it on the screen in a second here. Oh,
that's Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Me and my mom.
Yeah, we did put it there for a reason, because you guys have a good connection, right?
Absolutely.
Give us a story.
No, so this was basically this was a photo that went into a magazine, and that whole trip was I just wanted Mom to get like as much recognition as possible, because she's done so many amazing things, both before kids, before my brother and I, but also for example, she in Costa Rica she's built this amazing kind of 3-house place where a lot of people go every year to enjoy it, and it's all because of her. So that photo actually was me organizing a photo shoot for her, so that I can go into the different magazines to give her like the credit and recognition she deserves.
So now's your chance. Instead of advertising a pizza place close to Nick's home, you should talk about yourself. You guys own it as a family, or is it your family's place?
Well, yeah, sure. She owns it. It's her place.
What's it called?
It's called Casas Capitan. So it's three houses on the beach in Costa Rica, and so she bought it like 17 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, and we've been lucky enough to have the Von Rupp joining us a couple of times. He's been our most precious guest.
Nico's taking notes and doing advertisement.
Yeah.
Hello, people out there. If you ever want to go to Costa Rica surfing, visit this place.
Next photo.
It's one of the most beautiful places I've ever been in my life. One of the places where you can really relax. It's really amazing. And advertisement is great when you need it, but in this case,
Nice.
This place doesn't need advertisement. It's just so stunning.
Perfect. Nick, we found a photo of you as a younger guy. I think it's from 2014. You started early, no? And we see you with a surfboard. Yeah, okay. You posted it in 2014, okay, but the photo's older, as we all can see.
Okay. That's 1999, buddy. No, that's actually 1996. I was around maybe even 94. I was a little kid, bodyboarding. I was really passionate by the ocean. For me, it was like being in the ocean with a surfboard and frothing. That was like that was the Von Frost. Just being all day in the water, enjoying, and it was like meant to be for me being in the water. Honestly, it was so natural, and it just evolved from there. I'm glad I dropped that bodyboard.
Give me a mini private advice. So now I live in Portugal. I have the waves every day, and I have my 2 kids here. They're 2 and 5. When do I start?
2 and 5. I think it's all about just giving them access to the ocean, and then everything just evolves naturally, I guess. If it's meant to be, it's not forcing a situation. It's really letting them kids be kids and playing in the ocean, and enjoying the ocean. And for me, it was like that. I never had pressure from my parents to surf. I always had pressure for them to study, not surf. So for me, it was like where I put all my energy into, and it was like love. So I mean, for kids, it's really important. I feel like whenever I'm going to have kids, I'm going to try not to force them to do something and being in the ocean, and just let them develop the sense of and the will to go out in the ocean. And yeah, being close to the beach is, it's easy to say when you live close to a beach and there's waves and stuff like that. Obviously, if you live in Germany, it's a little harder, but you live in Portugal now, so I'm sure they will develop that sense.
Did you actually study then?
Huh?
Did you actually study?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to German school. I got my Abitur, my friend.
Okay. Back
You know
to
what my dad always said? You know what he said? What's up here, no one will take away from you.
Smart. Freddie, what's the story with you and ABBA? We found a picture posted in 2013.
Oh God.
With ABBA?
Yeah, ABBA.
What the hell is that?
Okay, so that's this was an epic day. My good friend who you see in the photo, Jake, he's a really good rapper, and yeah, we went on a tear that weekend. We were running wild in Stockholm. Neither of us are from Stockholm, so we went on a tear through Stockholm. Poor Stockholm. They hadn't seen anything quite like it.
Can you specify tear? What does that mean?
Yeah.
Tear can mean many things. Tear can mean many things. It was a mixture of festivities, late nights, long
Women.
walks. Jack and I spent the whole time together.
That could be badly interpreted. Man.
Yes, I did that. Sorry.
It is what it is. No, that was a really good time. Really good time. Jacka was blowing up at the time, and I met a whole bunch of new friends in Stockholm, and they were just basically putting us into all these different clubs, and I think we did like 4 or 5 nights in a row, just having a blast. So a funny photo.
Great. Last one goes for Nick. You being in the snow with a surfboard. What's this? Posted in September 2018.
What? Classic. That's in Switzerland, actually. I was coming back from a surf trip on a layover to Switzerland, and we really wanted to get some shots in the snow. And we went up to a ski resort to shoot this photo with a surfboard, which is hilarious.
You didn't actually surf that day?
No.
Where were you coming back from?
I was coming back from Hawaii or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but this
family in Switzerland. I got family in Switzerland, so a lot of times I stop over and visit the fam.
Yeah, this brings us to surfing in icy conditions, because this reminds us on Freddie. You are the one surfing most of the time in Sweden, which is maybe not the first spot people would think of if you think about surfing. Can you explain why that is so important to you, and also talk about the movie that Nick already mentioned, Live to the Sea? I think it's the whole thing is based and filmed in Sweden, right?
Yeah, no, the whole film is the whole idea when we started the film a few years ago was just to have like a clean Swedish surf film, just from Sweden, no other locations apart from if you were telling a story or so. But the general vibe was in Sweden. And Nicola is actually starring in the film as well. He has a few moments in there.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful portrait. But yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing experience, and for me, surfing at home is, as I said, since day one, I felt when I scored in Sweden when I was maybe 13 or even younger. Everything's relative, but I had this feeling that this feels different compared to anywhere else. This feels like I felt it deeper, as I said earlier, and yeah, that feeling is getting stronger and stronger, and pushing me to look to newer places, to places I haven't even been to in this country. And yeah, that's surfing in Sweden for me.
Amazing. I mean, we see the a part of the movie now. Everybody out there should make sure to see the full episode in the World Wide Web.
Wow.
Very
Yeah,
good.
it's been an amazing experience making this film.
It's also one
You know,
reason
and the
that,
time these sessions are so rare. Sorry? Right?
yeah, and I'm asking myself is why would you like say I stay to Sweden, to my home base? I mean there are obviously reasons for this, but is there also that you say you don't want to fly around that much anymore? You don't want to have this, I don't know, kind of life switching basis from week to week? Is that also a reason that you want to really stick to your roots?
You know, it's actually I was staying at Nico's house. Nic von Rupp. It's confusing. You're both Nico, you know.
This one.
But I was staying at Nick's place in Sintra in 2014, and you know I'd spend 6 months at home in Sweden, and then the rest would be traveling. And I remember we had like 3 or 4 really stormy days where we didn't even surf, and we didn't, you know, we were just training and doing random other stuff. And I remember having this like I'd had this longing to go home for quite a while, but it just really started to explode at that time. And then I just decided to go home and to not travel anymore, really, just to, you know, once a year, twice a year to go to do the kind of maintenance things for surfing, because you know you can't improve and you can barely hold the level in Sweden, you know, because you have sometimes a month, 2 months where you're not even surfing, you know. So I would still travel, but you know, 8 to 10 months a year would be at home. So it was kind of for that. It was just I realized I'd seen the world more than I'd seen even my own country, and I had all these places I wanted to go to, and I knew that it was going to be a long journey, so I had to start then.
Mm-hmm. Nico, you have a slight smile on your face. Why is that?
Which one? This one?
I think you had while listening to Freddie.
It is inspiring what you're saying. It's inspiring, and I was wondering, I know we're going to speak with Nick in a second, and I was wondering if there could be similar thoughts in his head. You know, we met 5 years ago. We had a shoot with this TV channel, actually, ProSieben Fun, at your home, at your house. And I remember back then, 5 years ago, we were talking about contests quite a lot, actually. That was the time where you still wanted to push hard in competitions. And there we see the shots from five years ago. But a lot has changed for you as well, right, in the last 5 years? Your type of surfing, your traveling. Tell us about your last 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, there's been for sure a big shift in the last 5 years in my career for the better. I've always had passion about slab surfing, big wave surfing, but for me it was always a passion. Obviously, like, my recognition comes from slab surfing. That's what made me who I am today, so saying, you know, that's what got me my recognition. But you know, sometimes it's hard to get away from the herd. You know, you want to kind of go the same way as everyone else, and if you're doing something different, there's a big chance you might get criticized. Or we're very dependent on sponsorships as well, and you know, it might not be well seen from the sponsorship side. So I always did the whole competition thing, road to qualifying, but I never really I never really had that dream of qualifying, to be honest. Like, for me, it was like when I was in Brazil competing, in South Africa, I was like constantly thinking about where it was going to be the next swell. You know, Europe was going to be pumping, and that really got into my mind. If you want to qualify, you have to have your head 100% towards the direction. And I remember it was around 2014, 15 maybe, or I don't even know, like 15, maybe 16 even. I was in South Africa for a competition. And I was, it was 1 foot onshore, as bad as it gets. I had lost against a guy that surfed 10 times worse than me. And it was the same time as that Kandui swell, that Century swell. And it was like 12 foot, pristine left, as perfect as it gets. And that was like a moment for me where I was like, fuck this shit. I'm not going to do the QS anymore. Like, why should I even keep trying this if this is something I don't love? If I'm not obsessed about qualifying, and I'm way more obsessed about like fulfilling myself. So I really said, like, fuck this. If I get dropped by my sponsors, whatever, I don't care. as soon as I started doing it for passion, you know, I started Nazaré also started having a bigger impact in my life around 2015, and the whole Nazaré thing started growing, and I was a part of it. So like, I mean, Portugal, the waves around Portugal really shaped me into the surfer I am today, and it was very natural, you know. It's a career choice, very driven by passion, not driven by financial counterparts, you know, because there was a lot of risk involved being dropped by my sponsors, and yeah, it worked out fine. You know, I qualified for the Big Wave Tour. I surfed some amazing waves at Nazaré, at Mavericks, and it's been an amazing ride. You know, I'm very happy where I am today. I'm very happy about the goals I have achieved and I have set for myself in the future as well. And I mean, sky's the limit. You know, I'm stoked.
Super inspiring.
There's two inspiring stories here, actually. And we definitely also want to find out about your future goals. I'm curious if there's more life-changing moments coming up, maybe. But obviously, the people also want to hear about the Nazaré. It's just it's so impressive what you guys do there. And the last swell is not that long ago. Some people said it might have been the biggest wave ever recorded in Nazaré. Freddie, have you ever surfed something that giant?
I've been to Nazaré and I surfed it when it was maybe a little bit overhead.
Okay, so here, okay.
And you know, even when it was like 6 foot or whatever, but even then I was like, that's when I realized also that, guys, wow.
Okay.
I mean, even at that size, it's very powerful. And when it comes to me surfing big waves, I mean, Nicola actually joined me to this wave we found in Norway, and that's my future when it comes to big waves. It's a beast, but I mean, Nazaré is Nazaré. You know, I'm so impressed and inspired by Nick. You know, when it comes to slab surfing and everything, he's definitely the guy I look up to and the guy I download my info from, you know. And it's amazing to have a best friend who you can just feed off in that sense, you know.
Give us we would need hours in that, but give us a quick insight of Nazaré. How many times a year does it get this giant?
I mean, Nazaré is the most consistent big wave in the world, you know. It's huge, at least once a month, a couple times a month. It breaks all the time. It breaks so much that it wears us out.
Really?
I mean, we come to the end of the season and we like, holy shit, is this never going to stop, you know? I mean, quite being 100% honest with you, like every big wave surfer likes to surf big waves. Yes, we love it, but we don't love to surf big waves every damn day of our lives. You know, there needs to be a balance, you know, like we don't love, I mean, we're not crazy, you know, like having the adrenaline or the life and death situation in our face, like for 5 months of the year, every single day is quite intense. And it gets to the point where it's very tiring, you know, but obviously, you know, we pulled through the season. We're really excited. I'm really happy to be given this opportunity. I'm very driven as well. I want to surf the biggest wave ever. I want to break my limits. I want to break the surfers' limits. I want to be able to progress the sport. But, you know, having a downtime is also important, you know. And to give you a perspective, for example, Kai Lenny, if he lives in Hawaii, he surfs big waves maybe 3 times a year. In Nazaré, we surf big waves at least 3 times a month, you know. So wow. It's just like, it's a different beast, man. It's like people used to criticize Nazaré, talk shit about it, including me. And but the truth is, it's like there's no wave like it around the world. And people on the world level are realizing that. We have the Kai Lennys, we have the Ian Walshes, we have the Laird Hamiltons coming over and finally realizing, no, fuck, Nazaré is for real, you know? Like, it's not about Jaws anymore. It's about Nazaré.
Which is true.
And I think a lot of them, if I may interrupt here, I think a lot of them would you know, that question of like, where would you rather wipe out, or where would you rather eat it? Would it be in Jaws or Nazaré? And I think a lot of them would be like, dude, I would rather not eat it at Nazaré.
Okay.
I mean, and getting started, I mean, you know, I've not surfed neither of those places on that size, so I can't really speculate. But I mean, the inside of Nazaré getting caught by on the where it really doubles up on the beach break. It doesn't look at all like an easy place to get out of,
Yeah. Okay, sorry, quick for all the viewers that are not super inside surfing. So Nazaré is in Portugal, one of the biggest, best waves in the world. And the other one we were talking about, Jaws, is in Hawaii, which used to be the most famous one. And Nazaré has kind of taken over now. This is just a quick explanation. Nick,
What do you mean, kind of?
Again, has taken over. Everybody's here. It has taken over. Everybody's here. You said it. But, I mean, we were obviously watching your YouTube as well, and we saw, how the waves even, how the weather forms the waves deep in the ocean. You talked about it in your vlogs as well. Why is this place so special for you?
Why is it what? Sorry.
So special for you? Why?
Nazaré?
Yeah, Nazaré, exactly. Why is that wave? Why is it so special for everybody?
I mean, there's it's obviously an amazing wave. It's people call it the eighth world wonder, which it is in my eyes. There's no place like it, man. There's no place the waves stand as tall as there on a consistent basis. It's spectacular. It's a show. Like you walk down that cliff and you're looking right down 100-foot waves right in front of your eyes. It's Times Magazine called it the world's greatest show, and it is. It's amazing. Like 2 weeks ago during Corona times, you had 20,000-30,000 people on the beach. It's like a soccer stadium.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it also has a very emotional. I have a very emotional relationship with it because I'm Portuguese. I grew up in Portugal. My surfing is very Portuguese. Obviously, the waves of Portugal have shaped me into the surfer I am today. And back in the day, it used to be like I used to go to Hawaii and no one used to give me the hand. No one helped me out for anything. I couldn't find a surfboard to surf Waimea. I couldn't find a filmer to film my waves, to shoot my waves. And, back in the day, we used to go to all over the world to learn little bits and pieces about big wave surfing. These days, the whole world is here to learn about big wave surfing. You understand what I mean? Like, it's like a complete change of cultures in 10 years. It's unique, it's very emotional to see how much we had to struggle to get just a little bit of big wave surfing and how the world is here at the moment, and it's amazing, it's like, I mean, it's kind of a zero to hero kind of story, it's like it's a no one to being the greatest thing in the world, so I'm not talking about myself, I'm talking about Nazaré, just to clarify.
A mixture.
You were talking.
You should be so proud of what you've achieved there, and you're a huge part of that rise of Nazaré as well. So I feel that at least.
Yeah, I mean, I'm part of it. I'm pushing boundaries. I feel like I'm been around for less than a lot of the guys, and especially towing into waves. It wasn't really my thing. Was paddling into waves. That's what I qualified for the Big Wave Tour. And in the last 2 years, I really put an effort onto tow surfing, riding those huge waves, and I feel like I've developed fast. And I'm not going to say I'm the best ever to live. I still have a lot to learn, and thanks God, I still have a lot to learn. And I mean, it's a group effort out there. Everyone pushes each other, and that's the joy of it.
You were talking about the crowd before, Nick. Is that really the case that you can hear the crowd while surfing one of those waves in Nazaré? I mean, it's kind of far away, no?
Have you been to a soccer stadium?
I have been plenty times.
Okay, there you go. You haven't been to Nazaré, but you've been to a soccer stadium. So it's like that, man.
Is it really?
Like, whoa! People scream, and
wow.
I mean, it's amazing. It's insane. It's insane. 5 years ago, there was no one on the cliffs, and these days there's 20,000 people, and and it's just there's no limit, and people from all over Europe.
Yes.
People from
Sweet.
Poland, families from Poland, like, hey, we flew in for the swell, like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Did you fly in for the swell?
Yeah.
Wow, you deserve to, I feel like those guys deserve to have a little bit more of attention for me to show them around and stuff like that, because they come so far to check it out. So yeah, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing what it's done for Portugal. It's amazing what it's done for Portuguese surfers and for surfers in general, man. I mean, it has built careers, you know.
Do you care about the ban? Because right now, you guys are not allowed to surf Nazaré anymore because of the crowds and because of Corona. It's basically like an event which is not organized. Do you care or?
No, obviously I care. You know, like it's what I prepare for all summer long to surf. You know, to surf every swell that comes through. But the truth, we had the best swell of the season 2 weeks ago. So I'm a little bit more relaxed. I know there won't be a swell like that soon. But obviously, you know, like as soon as those big swells come around again, I want to be able to be in the water and surf Nazaré. We'll see what happens. I mean, Nazaré is too important for the country, for the government, for the advertisement of Portugal. I think there's ways around it. You know, I think that we'll be able to surf it. I think we'll have to put on like a good live stream to keep people away from the beach. And yeah, there's solutions for everything. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
What about Freddie's well? Freddie, what's your plans for the next days, weeks? Are you surfing? Are you like searching for waves? Or what's your daily life at the moment?
Well, it's, you know, this time of year is always very, very random. You know, you can just end up anywhere in the country. 2 days ago I had one of the swells of my life here.
Oh.
It was, we found a wave, and it was, I had one of the best barrels I've had in Sweden. So
where's my invite, mate?
Yeah.
You were too busy surfing Nazaré.
Yeah.
About 3 days ago.
You know what? To be honest, it didn't even look like it was going to be good. It looked like it was going to be big, but it looked like it was like, okay, this is one of the swells to call, you know, or to be like, okay, this is going to be the one, you know. It just looked like it was going to be big, and yeah, it was phenomenal. So right now I'm in between kind of just training and looking for waves. That's how an autumn in Sweden and Scandinavia looks like. I mean, usually we have our eye on Norway, but now that's not possible because of COVID, and you know, so we just got the eye on anywhere here in Sweden whenever the waves are, you know, whenever the winds come. So that's the plans, and then you know, if possible, go away for maybe a month just to surf as much as possible. Go to Costa Rica and say hi to mom, and then come back and keep going. And then my goal, if Norway does open up, is to get into the best shape ever to surf around this wave we found. And then Nico, the one Nico surfed as well. Surf it, you know, the dream to surf that place is as big as it gets. Sweet. And as good as it gets.
There's a lot of potential. Scary wave, middle of nowhere, no one around, middle of the North Atlantic.
Yeah, it's a scary place.
I mean, -6 degrees water temperatures. It's pretty scary.
Freddie, I'm wondering how important is capturing the moment for you? Like, do you always have your camera, your GoPro with you? Is there a drone? Do you have someone with you on the boat, or do you say, no, I just want to have my waves and that's it? That's my deep feeling. How important is that for you?
Well, to be honest, like for me, Live to See was also like a tribute to all the sessions that never went documented. You know, because to be honest, the majority of the sessions don't go documented because a lot, you know, it all happens on such a last minute basis. Here, it's not like, you know, in Portugal or somewhere you can see like, okay, in a week it's going to be the day of days, or it's going to be really good. And you know, here it's like, okay, you follow us well, and then sometimes it can be, you know, an 8 hours or 6 hours where you have to call your filmer or your photographer. So, you know, right now I'm alone, and I was lucky enough to last week have my friend Adam with me, Adam Falk, and you know Adam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Winter sports, man.
Yeah, he's really good skier.
There you go. Sorry, keep going.
No. I'm not really sorry about. So we're really good friends, and we're working on some little things together, and then, but in general, it's just me, and I caught myself in the same situation today. Like I had the most beautiful sunset, the most beautiful view, and I was like, am I gonna go get the camera? And I was like, fuck it. I'm just gonna see it.
Hey, I have one more question for you. Sorry, we're running out of time, but a quick answer. How do you say we're finding waves? How do you sounds like finding new waves, right? Or how do you find the wave?
Now out in these islands, turning up to certain places at exactly the right time.
Yeah, there you go. It's the time, right?
And I never claim that no one's ever been to any of these places before, because I don't know that. It could be a crazy Aussie, 30 years ago, or it could be someone already. Like I don't know those things. All I know is that I go to these places and I've never really seen anyone there. So I don't use any information to find them. I just kind of go from looking at the charts and the maps and my instinct and my gut feeling and end up going, and so that's what I mean by finding waves.
Nice. Hey Nick, nowadays you seem to have a film on your side every day, because I'm actually watching your vlogs for a while now, Mr.
What do you think? What do you think?
Yeah, I like the frothing part. I'm a little bit like you. I'm like, come on, let's do something. Do you enjoy it being a YouTuber? I'm calling you a YouTuber now.
YouTuber?
Do you enjoy doing vlogs on YouTube?
It's really tiring. Really tiring. I'm part of the. I'm not only the surfer. I'm also the curator. I have to come up with the ideas and part of the editing process. Part of the finalizing, putting it up on YouTube. Blah blah blah. So there's a lot of time and effort that goes into this YouTube series, and I can't complain. The series is doing amazing. We're getting close to 2 million views in 6 months, which is insane. Way better than I ever thought. People are stoked, and that's the most important. It's part of my job, I guess, right? I really obviously I enjoy it. If not, I wouldn't be doing it. But the schedules are a little tiring sometimes, And we're posting at the moment 2 times a month. I think you can start calling me YouTuber if I post once a week. So
okay, sorry, I shouldn't have said it. I'm going to disappear. Bobby.
Is that the reason why Freddie would never do a thingy on YouTube, like a vlog? Because it's just so much work. I know we all know about this editing, music, shots, and blah. Is that the case why Freddie says not for me?
I'd love him to see in the selfie camera. Oh, look at the sunset, everybody! It's great here.
I don't know. I'm not that kind of guy. I think I'm more I like to. Also here in Sweden, we don't have the kind of material surf-wise to put something up twice a month. You could in some senses, but for me, it just doesn't really fit into the way I do things. But at the same time, I watched Nico's vlogs and I love them and I'm super inspired and impressed. We're all different.
Nick, what's the one, if the viewers want to watch your vlog now, what's the best one they should watch? What's your favorite one?
Every single one.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to comment on the tab below.
And hit the notification bell.
I'm glad you're a YouTuber. Okay, you're pretty good at it.
No, but you can go onto YouTube and put Nic von Rupp. You'll have a lot of options. I think, watching last week's Nazaré Carnage is one of the best for sure. We have almost 500,000 views on YouTube on that one. We're gonna drop one tomorrow as well, so that one is pretty cool. It's gonna be about the cave. So all of a sudden there's a surf ban in Nazaré, so we're able to surf other waves in Portugal. The cave is one of the most dangerous waves in Portugal outside of Nazaré, and we scored it last week. And so tomorrow, like, comment, subscribe.
Done. That's it for my
How was that session, if I may ask?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. I was pretty scared, to be honest. I had a helmet on. I had like a life jacket on, and I mean, just being cautious. You know, like I don't want to ruin my Nazaré season or my career for a bad wipeout. And we towed it. We got some crazy barrels. It was really good to get. It's really good that like sometimes, I don't know. It's amazing when everyone catches really good waves. You know, when you have a session with a bunch of friends and everyone catches good waves. You know, like you know, you share that stoke, and I feel like in this episode the other guys got the best of me, which doesn't happen very often. No, I'm joking.
I love it.
No, I'm joking. No, it's amazing. You know, like
what are you gonna do? It's the truth.
It's amazing to be able to also. There's really good surfers in Portugal besides the ones people usually see. You know, like people that are outside of that whole video YouTube. So Miguel Blanco is one of them. He got some crazy barrels at the cave. I was really impressed with his performance. João Guedes got a really nice stand-up backside barrel. Antonio Silva, Lourenço Katzenstein, also a little bit German, Katzenstein. So yeah, I mean, it's going to be a really good episode with a lot of talent, ripping, and yeah, welcome to the life of the Von Frost.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guys, we should never forget this is fucking important for you, right? I mean, this brings the viewers, this brings the money, this brings the sponsors. No, I mean, you have to do it.
No money, no sponsors, no nothing, man. Forget about that. It's a hoax. People sold me the idea that YouTube would bring the money and pay. I gotta pay it all in my own pocket, which is fine. It's part of the process. You know, I'm sure that my sponsors soon enough will understand that it's, there's benefits in this project. But yeah, tough couple of months, man. Really small budgets, a team working really hard, and I really have to thank, give a big shout out to all the guys that have been involved in the series. Ricardo Pina, Mendo Dornelis, Gastão Intruso, the water filmer, Máquina Voadora, which is the drone guys. Everyone kind of put in a lot of effort in making this project work, and without their support in this, the Von Frost wouldn't exist. So yeah, it's a team effort.
Freddie, what's the dinner on the boat after the show?
You know what, guys, it's been fucking dark since 2 p.m. So I'm just like, dinner's at like 3.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I actually, you know what? I bought a whole bunch of food, and like I'm keeping it real simple. I just make I fry onions, garlic,
salmon,
chili, and ginger, and then I just put in some lentils, and I have dal and rice.
Okay.
With some peas and coconut milk. That's my dinner.
Sounds Costa Rican a little bit.
It's just like, okay, what can you eat that keeps that like you feel good eating for a longer period of time, and you can just eat every day. Like dal and rice works really well, and then like a few eggs for breakfast.
I want to go back to my question from earlier. So in 5 years from now, what might have changed in Nick's life?
You asking Freddie?
No, I'm asking Nick for Nick, and then Freddie for Freddie.
Okay. 5 years from now, 5 years from now.
Maybe 10 years from now is easier.
Yeah, I mean, 10 years is going to be more, I'm 30 now, so in 10 years I'll be 40. I hope with 40, I won't be doing what I'm doing now, honestly.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've been thinking, like, this summer I was a little bit more chilled on myself when it came down to surfing. I just surfed when I felt like, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. This is actually cool, not having the need to surf the whole time and not stressing out if you're not surfing. And that's the state of mind I want to get in when I'm 40, I don't want to feel that inner fire the whole time that I need to be in the water, and pushing myself and going bigger, better, like it's very hard on your body, wipeouts hurt when you're 30 or when you're 25, 30. Imagine when you're 40, man, like landing 100-foot wave on you, like that's something I don't want to feel when I'm that age. I want to be I don't know. I want to be doing different stuff, but this is what I say now. You know, like I would maybe in 10 years from now I'll be even more hungry than I am now. So we'll see. Time will tell. I definitely would like to expand my career into different areas. To be honest, I'd love to, help some kids develop their careers, working more as an agent as well, helping them path their ways. I want to work with tourism. I'd love to do some projects with, just bringing people to Portugal and surfing. I also have my brand, Brusco, which Freddie is a team rider. Very honored about that. We're an accessories company, and I really would like to develop that. I want to be involved with surfing. If it's in the front run or in the coach area, we'll see what happens. I'm not sure what's going to happen, but we'll see. 10 years fly, so we'll see. Only time will tell.
Ready?
Yeah, just touching on Nick is like we'll know no matter what. Nick will be, dude. You'll be charging those waves, and you won't be able to stop. So let's just get real here.
No, but yeah,
I hear you.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. It's like aging has that, like you're just more mature about your decisions. You're calm, you're satisfied. I feel like now I'm way more content than I used to be, I still have the fire, but I not as much as before, you understand what I mean? Like it's, and for the better, you understand what I mean? Like you're not like that, that crazy kid running around doing all sort of stupid shit. And yeah, that's what I mean with it.
Guys,
Freddie, what about
I
you?
look forward to your 40th.
Yeah, we had a good
30th. So the question was, how the next 5-10 years look?
Yeah.
So as I said, for me, I have a few sessions left in my mind of how I want to score the Baltic. I have like a vision of what's to come, like a few waves I still need to take off. I know where to go. I just haven't really had the opportunity. There, it's like a logistical situation, whereas there's like a little island, and when the Baltic's on, it's like it's not just smooth swells. It's like storm, and then you have to be there all at the right time. So there's a lot of logistical moments that you have to time for these places to work. So I have a few of those places that I won't be able to settle until I've scored them. And then, I want to surf that wave in Norway as big as it can get, and big and perfect. And hopefully that's really, really, really big. And that's what I'm training for now, is to be in position for that day. And I think the best time is, March, April, or September, October, November. So my goal is to be ready next year. So who knows? I might nail all these waves next year and have the Norwegian one, and then it's all done.
Finish.
Or it could take another 5-10 years. But all I know is that myself, Maceo, Henning, the guys who've done Adam, the guys who've done Live to See, we're already gonna do Live to See 2, and that's gonna be basically about getting into more detail about one mission in Sweden, instead of just covering the whole thing. And then also, most importantly, this wave in Norway, Ron, which is the Nordic goddess of the sea. So that's the idea, to go there and get it as good as it gets, and hopefully have Nick with me. He already told me, he's like, Fred, I'm never coming back. All right, unless it's perfect, unless it's that day of the days. And then I'm coming.
Can I
don't blame him.
Can I tell a story, please?
Yeah, of course.
So I'm in Portugal. This guy calls me up and he's like, "Hey, can you be here? Can you meet me in Oslo tomorrow evening?" I get onto the next plane and he said, "I'm gonna pick you up." I arrive at 4 p.m. 6 hours later, the guy is still in Sweden. I'm waiting for him. He gets there at 1 a.m. next morning. 1 a.m. We hop in his car, drive all night in below 20 degrees, like below 25 degrees conditions. Like, it was so cold outside. And we like drive for 8 hours somewhere in Norway. We wake up the next morning. We drive under a tunnel into an island, a deserted island. No one around, completely empty. And we end up staying in this hotel that is completely empty, that is only open for us and the guys that were there with us. We get a boat, go out to another island to surf this wave. And basically we were 4 guys and we had a boat and a jet ski and we were rotating. I had a wetsuit on and it was so cold on that boat. We had snowsuits, like really fisherman cold, dry suits inside, and it was still so cold. I mean, it was an amazing experience. It was so beautiful, one of the most beautiful places I've ever been to. It was amazing to feel the rawness of the untouched Nordic coast and the potential it's got, but it needs to be on the right day. And getting the right day out there is something that is a challenge for sure. So yeah, next time that place breaks, we can call up BMW and Breitling and fly me over helicopters.
Let's do it, bro.
I mean, live to see is not Von Cross, Live to see is not Von Cross. Von Cross is live to see is high end, It's boys. Stop it, Bobby.
No, we have to continue it.
Yeah, we were talking for around 65 minutes. Felt like 10 minutes. I think that's a good sign. It was a nice round. Thanks for your time, guys. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Freddie.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
It was a good round. And
so nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, brother Nick. We speak soon.
yeah,
See you, buddy.
we are gonna
Take care,
be
guys.
back next
Okay, guys,
week.
have a great evening.
Bye bye, thank you. Wir sind zurück nächste Woche Montag 19:30 Uhr mit der nächsten Webshow.
Tschüss.
Tschüss.
Das hat's noch nie gegeben.
What the